11 years with her theatre productions, where she dedicated her heart and soul to the arts at that age. Can you imagine? She's been surrendered, she surrendered to music her entire life, growing up with a musical family. It all began early. She released her debut single, Amazing, in April of 2016, followed by her debut EP, One. She joins me now in studio. Alexandra, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, a lot of our viewers for the first time will be introduced to you. Who's Alexandra May?
Yeah, well, like you said, musical family. I was born to do this, I think. But yeah, I've been singing my entire life. It's really in my blood. And when I was about 15 years old, I decided, let's make a career out of this.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Had to find my sound, had to find my voice, and eventually I created 3 demos, some songs to send into record labels, and when I was 18 years old, David Gresham Records signed me.
Wow, that's pretty big. How do you describe your sound, by the way?
Oh, definitely pop. I'm a pop girl through and through.
Okay, so it's pop.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that musical growth, because in the early years it was theatre. What did theatre contribute to the growth around music and doing commercial music?
Well, you know, I just love performing, to be honest. Performing. But being on stage in a theatre production, it's very different because you get to interact with the audience as a character and you get to talk to the children. I remember my very first production, Beauty and the Beast, at the People's Theatre, actually.
Yeah.
You had them on earlier. I was Belle, and I remember I was singing a song, and I was on stage in my beautiful gown, and suddenly the kids just start coming up on stage and they just start sitting around me, like wanting to interact with me. That's what I loved about theatre. So I sort of take that across to my performing when it comes to singing my own music.
Yeah.
I want to interact with people. I want them to get to know me and my heart.
Yeah. What was it about, obviously David Gresham assigned you. You got to meet him. And what was the big advice that he gave you?
Well, he's got this saying, keep your feet in the ground and your head in the stars, you know.
Yeah.
It's really staying humble and true to who you are, but always reaching for something higher, trying to be better than you already are. And I think I've tried to push myself over the last 2 years of being signed to Gresham, just trying to better myself, create new and interesting music, get my story out there in a true way.
Let's talk about your story. What is One about? It's your debut EP. Why title it One?
Well, obviously, it's my first one.
Okay. So is the next one going to be 2 and then 3?
I was thinking 1 plus 1.
Okay, 1 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a cool name,
I called it One. You know, it's my very first one. It's the beginning of my journey. I'm a solo artist, and actually, interestingly enough, all the tracks on my EP have just one name as their title.
Okay.
Amazing, highlights, photograph, first, you know, just one name. I thought it was an interesting take on things.
Okay, so what are you singing about on your debut EP? What is the musical journey you're on at this moment when you're starting out?
Yeah, no, it's a journey of, I think, pretty much anybody's life, or my life particularly. Amazing, I released at the beginning of this year during April, actually 4 days before my 20th birthday, which is a nice birthday present. But it was about being happy and being in a fantastic relationship. And then I released, then I sort of thought about Breathe, which is a track that I wrote, and it's a song that got me through tough times. I needed inspiration to get through a moment. And Highlights is then reminding me that I am good enough, don't hide yourself. So the song the EP sort of takes you on this journey of encouraging yourself and being true to who you are.
How does someone get comfortable with the idea? I mean, you enjoy performing for people, writing music.
Yeah.
But there needs to be that switch over for, as you said, you are good enough. When does that switch over happen? Where you go, well, you know, I've got a message, I've got a voice, and I think people should hear it.
Yeah, it's so difficult. I learned years back when I did a program called Africa Voices that you have to know your value and you have to know your worth. And it's very difficult in this world to completely understand that. And I've gone through tough times, and I've had to really think back and go back to the bar, you know, go back to my roots and understand it. And I think writing songs that are very personal to me, singing them, performing them, getting response from an audience, that reminds me of what I'm worth. That reminds me who I am.
How's your family reacted to this thing, this music? You said it's a musical family.
It is, yeah.
Does your dad walk up and say, I've got a great idea for a pop song that involves a little girl?
Actually, yes, we do exactly that.
Okay.
I will write a song and I'll show it to my mom. And my dad's also great with lyrics. We both love literature. So I'll show it to him. He'll have a bit of input. My sister as well sits there and, oh, yeah, this is great. It's really, we're surrounded by music. I'm surrounded by music. I've got a great support system at home. They're fantastic. They help me through all the tough times, yeah. I
Very
couldn't do
quickly,
without them.
anybody who wants to follow you, where can they go?
Our Facebook's good, Alexandra May page, and Twitter, AliMay_music, and Instagram, I can't forget Instagram, AlexandraMay.music.
Okay, it's our second music guest here in the studio. She has got her debut EP out. It's called One. It's Alexandra May. We still have a couple of songs from her throughout the course of the show. Let's go back to the main news desk where Lebo is standing by.